Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Gurudev, Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रीला
Jai,
प्रभुपाद की जय,
Jai,
गुरु महाराज की जय,
Jai,
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय.
Jai.
All glories to assembled devotees. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, Pranamam.
Krishna, thank you, Prabhuji Mataji. Sadhumari Mataji, 47 അല്ലേ നമുക്ക് ഇന്ന് തുടങ്ങണ്ടേ?
Ade. 47.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji, Danda Pranams, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Welcome Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So 1 minute Prabhu, just give me, I will edit, I will just edit the verse number. You're able to see the screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, okay. So, Hare Krishna, so welcome to our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. My humble pranams to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. Sri Kumar Prabhu is not there?
Prabhuji went for Brahmosho, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Yesterday there
was class?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yesterday there was class, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll recite the pranam mantra, Manglacharan, then we'll start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudiret Nashtaprayasha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhakti Bhavati Nashtake Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Ajnanatimarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapatakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganarita Shri Vishakanitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपादं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्रीद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome all devotees once again for our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So we are in Canto 9, Chapter 10, the Pastimes of Supreme Lord Rāmacandra. So we will discuss from today verse number 47. So anybody want to?
51 we want to start.
51, Prabhu?
Yeah, Varnashrama Dharma. This yesterday I finished 50.
So
45 minutes, I got confused.
Okay, 40, 50. We have to start from 51.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we'll start from 51. 1 minute, let me share the screen. Yes. Screen is okay? 51 verse we are able to see?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. So anyone wants to recite the verse? Please. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Can I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Tretayam vartamanyam kalakruta samo abhavata Rame Rajini Dharme Sarvabhuta Sukha Vedyavatmaniyam Kala Krata Samo Abhavata Rame Rajani Dharmani Sarva Bhuta Sukha Vahe. Translation to the Prabhupada. Lord Ramacandra became king during Treta, but because of his good government, the age was like Satyuga. Everyone was religious and completely happy. Purpose. Then the four Yuga, Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. The Kali Yuga is the worst, but if the process of Varna Sama Dharma is introduced, even in the age of Kali, the situation of Satya Yuga can be invoked. The Hare Krishna movement or Krishna conscious movement is named for this purpose. कलेर्दोषविधेराजन् आस्ति एकमहान् गुणान् कीर्तनात् एव कृष्णस्य मुक्तसङ्गः परम्पते. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Srimad Bhagavatam 151. If people take this Sankirtana moment of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, they will certainly be free from the contamination of Kali Yuga, and the people of this age will be happy as people were in Satyuga, the golden age. Anyone, anywhere can easily take to this Hare Krishna moment. One need only chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, observe the rules and regulations, stay free from the contamination of sinful life. Even if one sinful cannot give up sinful life immediately, if he chants the Hare Krishna Mahamantra with the devotion and faith, he will certainly be free from all sinful activities and his life will be successful. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtana. This is the blessing from Lord Rāmacandra, who has appeared in this age of Kali as Lord Gaurasundara. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Very wonderful purport. We are discussing about Ramarajya. How the citizens were very happy. Today also we see that people are discussing that we want Ramarajya. Because everywhere around the world, we are seeing the politicians are corrupted, people are suffering, there is revolutions taking place everywhere against the government. If you see the news, we can see that so many things are happening. People are not happy with the government, but people are demanding we need Ramarajya. Ramarajya means where people can see this. The verse number 50 to 55 discussing about Ramarajya, the rule of Lord Ramacandra, Bhagavan Ramacandra. So here we can see that how Ramarajya, Lord Ramacandra became the king during Treta Yuga. So Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. It is like cycle, the 4 yugas. Like the seasons, we have the 4 seasons. We have like spring, then we have summer, then we have autumn, then winter. Then winter time it is very cold. Normally people don't go out. It is very uncomfortable. Like that, the spring you can say like Satya Yuga. After that cold season, this is like Kali Yuga. Then after that again spring season will come. Satya Yuga will come after like 4,32,000 years. This is a cosmic cycle. So it keeps on repeating until the souls are getting liberated. So every time, Satya Yuga comes, then the souls who are advanced, they come in Satya Yuga. And there is not much fighting or this thing. But Kali Yuga, the souls who are coming, conditioned souls, they are not developed spiritually much. So normally they don't take to spiritual life. And they fight, they are envious. Manda, Sumanda Matiyo, Manda Bhagya, all those things are there. So here Lord Ramacandra Bhagavan, he became king during Treta Yuga. But because of his good government, this is called Ramarajya. The age was like Satya Yuga. Even though he was in Treta Yuga, Lord ruled in Treta Yuga, because of his good government, the age became converted. It was looking like Satya Yuga. Everyone was religious and completely happy. So this is what Sukadeva Goswami is saying. So we'll go to Prabhupada purport, wonderful purport Prabhupada is giving. So among the 4 yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Kali Yuga. So we all know like Kali Yuga, 4,32,000 years. Twice that time is Dwapara Yuga, thrice Kali Yuga is Treta Yuga, and 4 times of Kali Yuga is Satya Yuga. So the Kali Yuga, out of these 4 yuga, Satya Yuga is called the golden period. And gradually the righteousness will decrease to 75% in Treta Yuga, 50% to Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga will start with 25% of righteousness and gradually will go to 0. That time Kalki Bhagavan comes. So the Kali Yuga is the worst among these 4 yugas. But even in this Kali Yuga, Prabhupada is mentioning, if the process of Varnashram Dharma is introduced, that is Devi Varnashram Dharma, even in this age of Kali, the situation of Satya Yuga can be invoked. So the Hare Krishna movement or Krishna consciousness movement is meant for this purpose. So Prabhupada introduced this Krishna consciousness so that people can be happy. And this is a very, very famous verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, where Sukadeva Goswami is saying to Parikshit Maharaj, Kaler doshe nide rajan. This Kali Yuga is full of dosha. This Kaler, dosha. So, my dear king, Raja, but there is one good quality, even though there are ocean of faults in this Kali Yuga, but there is one good quality. Asti eko mahan gunan. What is that? One good quality. It is written in the 3rd line. Kirtana Deva Krishna. If you do the chanting of Krishna's holy name, if you do Kirtan, then what happens? Mukta Sangha Param Rajet. Mukta Sangha means you will get liberated, and also Param Rajet means you will achieve the supreme destination. So this is the verdict of the Shastra. That even though Kali Yuga is not good age among the 4 yugas, there is one good quality simply by taking the shelter of the holy name of Krishna's holy name. Specifically written Krishna's holy name, not any other name. Kirtana Deva Krishnasya. So if you take shelter of the holy name of Krishna, then Mukta Sangha, you will be liberated from this material world and you will also attain the supreme destination, Param Brajet. So the translation of the verse is given below. My dear king, although Kali Yuga is full of faults, there is still one good quality about this age. Simply by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can be free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom. Bhagavatam 12.3.51. This is one of the important verses in Srimad Bhagavatam, because in this verse, both the problem in the Kali Yuga is given. What is the problem in the Kali Yuga? It is full of dosha. People will misunderstand each other. People will fight with each other. There will be so much envy. There will be so much problem. There will be so much natural disasters. So much difficulties. But there is only one good quality in this age, even though there is so much fault. And that is taking the shelter of Krishna's holy name. That is proper writing. If people take this Sankirtana movement of chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, they will certainly be freed from the contamination of Kali Yuga. So we can understand how much we are fortunate that we came to this moment. That we are getting the shelter of the holy name. So we should be very much grateful to the Supreme Lord for showering this mercy upon us, because there are so many people. How many of people have taken the shelter of the holy name? Very few people. And people of this age will be happy, as if people were in the Satya Yuga, the golden age. Prabhupada always mentioned these devotees as bright-faced. Bright-faced means their face is very glowing, without any cosmetics. How it is glowing? Because they are always constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord. They say there is an aura. If you know what is aura, aura means the kind of radiation coming around our face. So people who are spiritually developed, their aura will be very bright. So we can see that's why Prabhupada said our devotees are very bright-faced people, because they are always chanting the holy names of the Lord. So anyone, so this is not only given to certain people, anyone, irrespective of caste, creed and religion, anyone, anywhere. It is not only certainly for one country or people only in Bharat, they can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. No, anywhere people can chant, anyone can chant, can easily take to this Hare Krishna movement. It is open for everyone. One need only to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is the requirement. We need to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Not only that, observe the rules and regulations. Important is that 4 regulative principles we need to follow. Chanting only will not be sufficient. It is same like if you have sugar, it is not only you are taking tablet, but you should also stop eating the sweets. Then only the body will be recovering. Like that, this chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is, we can see, the medicine for this age. And the diet is actually, you should observe the rules and regulations. We should observe these 4 regulative principles. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. and stay free from the contamination of sinful life. Sinful life means Dyutam Panam Striya Sunaha. The four things Bhagavatam mentioned, it is sinful if you indulge in these four things. Today, majority of things are happening because people are indulging in these four things. Meat eating, illicit sex, especially intoxication, very dangerous. People do all the crime, all the sin after taking intoxication. And the government also, they promote that because they get very good profit. So we should follow, we should teach our children also to follow, because that will help their life also. And we should preach this to our well-wishers also. Maybe our relatives, friends, colleagues, that this is very important to stay away from these four things. It is universal principle. It is not only for Krishna conscious. It is an universal principle. Any human being is supposed to follow this. No meat eating, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling. If somebody will follow, then even if his one is sinful, so far if he is sinful and cannot give up sinful life immediately, then what happens? If he chants Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with devotion and faith, he will certainly be free from sinful activities. So this is the second category here. Okay, somebody is actually sinful. Maybe he's eating meat. Okay. Maybe he's having a drinking habit also. Prabhupada mentioned, no problem. Even if he's only sinful and cannot give up sinful life, he wants to give up, but he's not able to give up because he has become an habit. Okay, he's not able to give up meat eating. He's not able to give up intoxication immediately. Like when Prabhupada introduced this Krishna consciousness to hippies. The hippies were all drug addicts. You all know that, right? The hippies were all drug addicts. They were all lying in the streets. But Prabhupada introduced them to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. When they chanted in the association of devotees, then they slowly give up with the devotion and faith. They will be freed from all sinful activities. This is practical. So everybody can perceive this. Even if you are not able to give up this, this sinful life immediately, but we should chant the holy name of Krishna. So the chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is so powerful that it will clear away all our sinful activities. Gradually, our heart will be transformed when we are chanting, and this life will be successful. That's why Prabhupada, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioning that Paramajayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam. All victory to the glory of chanting this Sri Krishna Sankirtan. So this is the blessing of Lord Rāmacandra, who has appeared in this age of Kali as Lord Gaurasundara. Who is Gaurasundara? Is none other than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gaurasundara mentions Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Supreme Lord Krishna. So this is the benediction we are getting in this age. So we should chant. And it is said that initially we are chanting this holy name with our mouth. The first hymn is actually we are chanting with our mouth. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The second hymn, as we are gradually chanting, we should involve our mind also. That is second hymn. That means attention chanting, chanting with attention, involving the mind. Actually, attention is very important. Example is given, like if you are playing with a child, then if you see the child, if you don't focus on the child and you are doing something else, the child start crying. And when you start again focus at giving your attention, basically the child is crying for the attention. Okay, same way, Krishna, Supreme Lord, he also wants our attention. Very important. That's why Krishna is saying, Manmanabhava Madbhakto. He's telling, give your mind to me. The attention is very important. The second stage in the chanting is, first is with mouth. Second is, we are focusing on our mind by hearing the holy name. So that is our second M. And the third M is final stage of chanting is with the proper mood. Mood, that is third M. Mood means, Prabhupada says that like a child crying for his mother. Like that mood, we should chant in a helpless stage, begging for the mercy of the Lord. So these are the three stages how we should take up chanting. First physically with our mouth, and that itself will have effect. Then second, if you are involving our mind, you will see greater purification. And if you chant with your proper mood, we are Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saishnuna Naman. That's a mood. Being humbler than the blade of grass and tolerant than the tree. Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saishnuna Amanena Manadena, Kirtanaya Sadari. That with proper mood, if you are chanting, that is the ultimate perfection of our life. Krishna will be very pleased. So this chanting is a regular practice. Initially, we may not be able to chant, our mind will go here and there. It's a very challenging process. Our mouth will cooperate, definitely no problem. Because anytime you want to chant, you just open our mouth and say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Mouth will never say no. Okay, we can chant always. But our mind, sometimes it is in good mood. Sometimes it will, be very silent. It will try to hear the holy name. Sometimes our mind is like a wild monkey. It will not at all listen. It will go to many places while we are chanting. But still, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that even if our mind, if you are not chanting attentively also, we should continue chanting. Even if you are sinful, still continue chanting. Even if you are not getting taste, still continue chanting. So I will just read that somebody shared in the WhatsApp group. It was very inspiring to read that how Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, 1 minute, let me open that. Yeah, see, this is, I'll read. Even while you are chanting, your mind wanders throughout the entire universe. Still chant. This is Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. The father of Krishna consciousness, he is saying like that. Even while you are chanting, your mind wanders throughout the entire universe. Still chant. Even if while you are chanting, your mind drifts into past and the future, still chant. Even if while you are chanting, you are unable to focus on Krishna's holy name, still chant. Even if you have no enthusiasm to chant, still chant. Even if lustful desire exists within you, still chant. Even if offenses, mistakes occurs while chanting, still chant. Even if you are not prayed to Krishna to chant well, still chant. Even if you mostly chant late at night, still chant. Then he's asking, then why? Why should one continue chanting the holy name even when all these obstacles are present? Why? Because there is no vow equal to chanting the holy name. There is no knowledge higher than that. There is no spiritual practice comparable to it. It bestows the highest result. There is no austerity equal to it. Nothing as powerful and transformative as holy name. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So that is the glory of chanting this holy name. Even if we may not be able to, some days we may be able to chant good, some days our chanting may be bad, but we should never stop chanting. We should never give up on chanting. It is like our breath, like every time you inhale and exhale. Yeah, and also when we are chanting these 16 rounds, if you calculate that, it is coming around 101,728 or something like that. So if you see the number of breaths we are taking in a day, that is equal to that. So that means when we are chanting 16 rounds, we are chanting the Krishna's holy name, like for every breath. That calculation, if you put Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, so all this if you calculate, I think somewhere around coming around 21,000, I don't know. Like we have to check the calculation. But for
16
every
rounds.
breath, 16 rounds is actually how many
Yeah,
names?
yeah.
16
Right?
rounds. No,
Yeah.
16
16.
into how much? 108, right? That
108.
is 1728. But we are again transforming that. There is 16 words in that, right? No, 16 words, right?
Good.
That is
Yes.
coming around 27,648. Because Hare
Hmm.
is a holy name, Krishna is a holy name. So approximately coming around 27,000. When you do 27 holy names are there when you chant 16 rounds. Okay. Now, when you take the breath, average breath, we are breathing, right? Inhaling and exhaling. We have to check in the net also. Average inhaling and exhaling breath, if you check, it is like almost average. Let me see. Average inhale breath per day. Per day, average breath per day. How much is coming? See, exactly coming. If you put in Google, an average adult takes approximately 20,000 to 25,000 breaths per day. This is a normal resting respiratory rate. So this is, see, exactly it is there. Now, if you see this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is 27,000. So our breath is normally 25,000 per day, inhaling and exhaling. No, so that means if you are chanting 16 rounds, for every breath you take inside and for every breath you leave, exhale it, you are chanting one holy name. Unholy name. So that's such much powerful. That's why this 16 rounds is very important. No, Hare Krishna. So that is very interesting to see that. And any questions or comments on whatever we discussed now?
Mr. Prabhu, just an add one point.
Yes, bro, please.
Very interesting point. Prabhu already explained this chanting and contamination and the four regulatory principles. So
Yes.
also we need chanting. So 3 mouth, mind, and mood.
Yes.
So this is the even see in Treda Satyuga there is everything. The quality of Satyuga can even get in the Kalyuga.
Kali Yuga,
So
correct.
there is a point here, Prabhu, very important point. Because of this purity, it is very important. So we need that mode. So that condition we have to make it that our we can also this Kaliyuga also can make can Satyuga. So that quality we can attain, but only by this one we can follow this whatever the scripture says. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Prabhupada also mentions that even now modern development, if it is used in the Krishna service, then it can be like very peaceful and happy. Like when we are using this modern technological development only for our own personal sense gratification, then it becomes a problem. If you use it in Krishna service, then it is not a problem, because now everybody has science and technology developed. So one group is telling this is not good, one group is telling it is good. It has made life more easy. Prabhupada mentioned one of the Bhagavatam purport that if it is used in the Krishna service, then it is not wrong. It is okay. Any technology can be used in Krishna service. But only when technology is for one's own personal comfort and sense gratification, then it becomes a, like kind of obstacle, or we can say it becomes a kind of problem. So thank you for sharing that. Anybody else want to share anything about holy name? Or they want to share any additional points related to the glories of the holy name, please you can express. Hare Krishna. Okay, if there is no, we can go to the next verse, text number 52. So
Hare
who wants
Krishna.
to? Hare Krishna, Mataji, please, Mataji. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 9th Canto 10th chapter Shloka number 52. Vanani nadhyo girayo varshani deepa sindhavaha sarve kamadugha asan prajanam bharatarshapa. Vanani nadhyo girayo varshani deepa sindhavaha sarve kamadugha asan prajanam bharatarshapa. Translation. O Maharaja Parikshit, best of the Bharata dynasty, during the region of Lord Ramacandra, the forest, the rivers, the hills and mountains, the states, the 7 islands, and the 7 seas were all favorable in supplying the necessities of life for all living beings. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. So, continuing the Ramarajya, we can see here, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, oh Maharaj Parikshit, best of the Bharata dynasty. During the reign of Lord Ramachandra, the forest, the rivers, the hills and mountains, the states, the 7 islands, and the 7 seas were all favorable. Means they are supplying all necessities. See, whenever we get all the necessities from the earth, we are very happy. But sometimes if it is not supplying, then it will be like what we say, famine. The rain is not coming on time. The crops are not giving proper yield. Then there is a kind of drought. We say drought, famine. People will suffer due to hunger. There is extreme climate disaster. Then all these things make our situation worse in this world. But during the period of reign of Lord Ramachandra Bhagavan, the forest, the rivers, the hills and mountains, the states, the 7 islands and the 7 seas were all actually favorable. So they supply adequate necessities of life for all living beings. So this continuing this Ramarajya, we'll go to the next verse, 53. Anyone wants to recite 53?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Bhagavatam 9.10.53. Nadhi vyadhi jara galani dukha soka bhaya kalmaha mrityu sachani chatam nasi rame rajyanaya dhokchaje Nadhi bhayadhi jara galani dukha soka bhaya kalamaha mrityu sacha nichatam nasid rame rajanaya dokchaje. Translation and purport. By His Divine Grace Abhayachan Govinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Ki Jai. Translation. When Lord Ramacandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was the king of this world, all bodily and mental suffering, disease, old age, bereavement, lamentation, distress, fear, and fatigue were completely absent. There was even no death for those who did not want it. Translation also. When Lord Ramacandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was the king of this world, all bodily and mental suffering, disease, old age, bereavement, lamentation, distress, fear, and fatigues were completely absent. There was even no death for those who did not want it. Purport. All these facilities existed because of Lord Ramachandra's presence as the king of the entire world. A similar situation could be introduced immediately, even in this age called Kali, the worst of all age. It is said, Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatara. Krishna descended in the Kali Yuga in the form of his holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. If we chant obsessively, Rama and Krishna are still present in this age. The kingdom of Rama was immensely popular and beneficial, and the spreading of this Hare Krishna movement can immediately introduce a similar situation, even in this Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. So continuing the glories of Ramarajya. So when Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was king of this world, what happened? What is the qualities which was present in the Ramarajya? All bodily and mental suffering. So we know that mental suffering is also a big problem. Not only bodily suffering is a problem. Mental suffering is more worse than bodily suffering also. Disease. Disease is another big challenge we are facing in Kali Yuga now. Disease. So many new diseases are coming. Old age, bereavement, lamentation, distress, fear, and fatigue were completely absent. See, it is very amazing to hear that. If these things are not there, then what is the problem for the human beings? They will be definitely happy. Where there is no fear, fatigue, distress, lamentation, old age. So it has gone up to the point that Sukadeva Goswami is saying there was even no death for those who did not want it. So such a wonderful and glorious time the people were experiencing during the period of reign of Lord Ramachandra Bhagwan. Purport Srila Prabhupada writing, all these facilities existed because, why these things are there? Because Lord Ramachandra's presence as a king of the entire world. A similar situation could be introduced immediately. Still it is possible. See, the Prabhupada's faith on the holy name. This we have to see, that we are all reading, we are hearing, but how much faith we have on the holy name. But Prabhupada had absolute faith on holy name. He's writing that even in this age called Kali, the worst of all ages, it is said that Kali Kali Namarupe Krishna Avatar. Krishna descends in this Kali Yuga as the form of his holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. So if you are chanting offenselessly, then still Rama and Krishna are present in this age. The kingdom of Rama was immensely popular and beneficial. And the spreading of this Hare Krishna movement can immediately introduce a similar situation even in this Kali Yuga. So this can be practically felt that when Prabhupada established this Krishna consciousness movement in the Western world, the beginning, there was so much crime in the Bowery in America that time because of the drugs. But when Prabhupada introduced this, that crime rate in that area automatically reduced. There was a paper clipping also that the crime rate is reduced in the Bowery area. Because people were taking to Krishna consciousness, they were living their sinful life, sinful activities. Naturally, the crime rate came down. So it is very, very beneficial. Prabhupada mentions here. So much people, if they take the shelter of this Hare Krishna movement, they can also experience this kind of protection and a peaceful life even in this Kali Yuga. Hare Krishna. So we can see that there are two more verses. So we can complete these two more verses in this chapter. Verse number 54 describes about the ideal qualities of Lord Ramachandra. And verse number 55 describes about ideal qualities of Mother Sita Devi. Okay, so we'll discuss these two verses for today's. We have 15 more minutes, and then we'll have any further discussion is there, we'll discuss. Hare Krishna. So we'll go to text number 54. Anyone wants to recite?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother, please.
May I read?
Yes,
Verse number 54. Ekapatni Vratatharo Rajarshi Charidashuji Swadharmam Grihamedhiyam Shikshayan Swayamajarat. Ekapatni Vratatharo Rajarshi Charidashuji Swadharmam Grihamedhiyam Shikshayan Swayamajarat. Translation. Lord Ramachandra took a vow to accept only one wife and have no connection with any other woman. He was a saintly king, and everything in his character was good, untinged by qualities like anger. He taught good behavior for everyone, especially for householders, in terms of varnasrama dharma. Thus, he taught the general public by his personal activities. Purport. Ekapatni Vrata. Accepting only one wife was the glorious example set by Lord Ramachandra. One should not accept more than one wife. In those days, of course, people did marry more than one wife. Even Lord Ramachandra's father accepted more wives than one. But Lord Ramachandra, as an ideal king, accepted only one wife, Mother Sita. When Mother Sita was kidnapped by Ravana and the Rakshasas, Lord Ramachandra, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, could have married hundreds and thousands of Sitas, but to teach us how faithful he was to his wife, he fought with Ravana and finally killed him. The Lord punished Ravana and rescued his wife to instruct men to have only one wife. Lord Ramachandra accepted only one wife and manifested sublime character, and thus setting an example for householders. A householder should live according to the ideal of Lord Ramachandra, who showed how to be a perfect person. Being a householder or living with a wife and children is never condemned, provided one lives according to the regulative principles of Varnasrama Dharma. Those who live in accordance with these principles, whether as householders, brahmacharis, or vanaprasthas, are all equally important. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So wonderfully, the glories of Lord Ramachandra Bhagavan is mentioned here. Main thing about Bhagavan Ramachandra is actually Ekapatni Vrata. He accepted only one wife. So it is being celebrated that so the glorious example. Krishna also says, Yadad Acharati Shreshtas. Whatever the great people will do, common men will follow. So Bhagavan Ramachandra, he set an example, ideal example, and Prabhupada mentioned the same. One should not accept more than one wife. In those days, people did that. Even Lord Ramachandra's father did. But as an ideal king, he accepted only one wife. And it was also said that Ramachandra Lord was so beautiful that the sages and saints in the forest were want to embrace him. You know, like, Lord Ramachandra gave the option. In the next life, he became as Lord Krishna and they all became as gopis. So that's how, the difference between Lord Krishna and Lord Ramachandra. So many people, they are ready to accept Lord Ramachandra because he was a very ideal king. When we say about Krishna, of course, there are many controversial qualities. Like he made many things. He took the clothes of the gopis when they are taking bath. He did rasa dance. Like that, people have a lot of confusions regarding Krishna's activities. That's why Prabhupada written a book called Krishna. He has clarified why the Lord did all those things. But with Lord Ramachandra, there is not much dispute or confusion because he was having an ideal. He was like the example. Anybody can easily relate without much confusion or without much explanation. So that is been mentioned here. And Prabhupada also mentioned there that he could have, if you want, he could have married hundreds and thousands of Sitas. But to teach us how faithful he was to his wife, he fought with Ravana and finally killed him and rescued his wife to instruct men to have only one wife. And he manifested his sublime character, thus setting an example for householders. So this is like a role model for the householder, Lord Ramachandra. And Prabhupada also mentions here, being a householder or living with a wife and children is never condemned. So it is an ashram. After brahmachari, there are two ways. Either somebody can become a sannyasi or somebody can choose a grahastha ashram. But provided they should live according to the regulative principles of Varnashram Dharma. For us currently, we have to chant Hare Krishna Mantra, follow the 4 regulative principles and put Krishna in the center of their life. These 3 things we have to follow. Then it is a glorious grahastha life. Those who live in accordance with the principles, whether as householders, brahmacharis or vanaprasthas, are all equally important. Everybody is having a role to play. Householder is supposed to support the brahmachari, vanaprastha and sannyasis also because they are not earning. Brahmachari will not earn, vanaprastha will be retired life, will not be earning, and sannyasi also. But a grahastha will be earning. So he is supposed to duty to support these 3 categories of people: brahmacharis, vanaprastha, sannyasis. Sometimes people think that brahmacharis, they are not working, they cannot achieve much. No, it is not like that. The householders are supposed to support the brahmacharis as well as sannyasis also. Of course, vanaprasthas, they will have their own earning, saving. That's not a big problem. Vanaprasthas, they are self-reliable. But brahmacharis and sannyasis, definitely householders should support them because they are actually serving the Lord. And when we are supporting them, then it is actually, Krishna says, those who serve me are not great, but those who serve my devotees, they are considered to be great. So those are people who are like brahmacharis and sannyasis, they are full-time serving the Lord. So as a grahasthas, we are supposed to, as per Shastric injunction, we are supposed to support our full support to them. So this is mentioned here about the glories of Lord Ramachandra. And we'll also discuss next verse, the glories of Mother Sita Devi here. And this is, I think, the last verse in this chapter. And after that, we'll have any discussion is there. Hare Krishna. Anybody want to recite this verse? Verse
Hare
number
Krishna.
55. Yes, Mother, please. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.10.55. Premanuvritya shilena prashrayavana sati biya hriya cha bhavajna bhartu sita haranmanaha premnanuvritya shilena prashrayavana sati biya hriya cha bhavajna bhartu sita haranmanaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Mother Sita was very submissive, faithful, shy and chastise, always understanding the attitude of her husband. Thus by her character and her love and service, she completely attracted the mind of the Lord. Purport. As Lord Ramachandra is the ideal husband, Ekapatni Vrata, Mother Sita is the ideal wife. Such a combination makes family life very happy. Yadyat acharati sreshtas tattat eva taro janaha. Whatever example a great man sets, common people follow. If the kings, the leaders, and the brahmanas, the teachers, would set forth the examples we receive from Vedic literature, the entire world would be heaven. Indeed, there would no longer be hellish conditions within this material world. Thus, in the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 9th Canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Pastimes of the Supreme Lord Rāmacandra. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. Thank you, Mataji. Very wonderful, precise, concisely Prabhupada has mentioned here. Here, this verse is describing the glories of Mother Sita Devi. Mother Sita Devi, her qualities, the feminine qualities are mentioned here. She was very submissive, faithful to her husband, very shy and chaste. So these are the qualities. Even Krishna mentions these qualities in Bhagavad Gita also. And always understanding the attitude of her husband. Thus, by her character and her love and service, she completely attracted the mind of the Lord. So this is the quality by which Mother Sita attracted the Lord, by her character and her love and her service. So as a devotee, also we have to, attract the Lord by the same thing. We should have a good character. We should develop love and serve the Lord. By that, we can also attract the mind of the Lord. That was demonstrated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How to become a good devotee. So that is, we can see from the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita. As Lord Ramachandra is the ideal husband, Ekapatni Vrata, Mother Sita is also the counterpart. It's an ideal wife. So here is an ideal husband and an ideal wife. The ideal grasta, we can say. Such a combination makes a family life very happy. So if a husband is ideal husband, it's not that one side, only wife will be ideal, the husband is like this one. It is not recommended, because then, the lady will be exploited. Only if the wife is in this, having all these qualities, the husband is not like that, then what happens? The wife will be exploited by that husband. If suppose the husband is ideal husband, and the wife is not, having these qualities, then the husband will be cheated. One will be exploited, one will be cheated. So this all written by Chanakya Pandit also, like, how the qualities, it's both way. Not only the wife should be ideal, husband also should be ideal. This both combination will be working out. Like when we are taking initiation also, it is said that the spiritual master is giving the seed of bhakti. So it is from his word. The spiritual master is potent, should be potent actually. He should come from a bona fide parampara. Then only the process works. Not only the spiritual master is bona fide, as a disciple, we should also be, in our heart should be fertile for the seed to grow. We should be in the right, mood. Then only the devotion. So it is both way around. It's not only the spiritual master is potent, but the disciple is not potent, then nothing will work out. The disciple is very good, is very potent, but the spiritual master is not a bona fide spiritual master. Then also it will not work out. It is always both ways. So here also as a grasta, it is not only the one side, the husband or wife. It should be both sides. Then that combination makes a family life very happy. Yadad acharati shreshtas taddad evataro janaha. We discussed whatever the great people will set example, common people try to follow them. Whatever example great men sets, common people will follow. If the kings, the earlier times we had kings, the leaders on command on the day, and the brahmanas who are advisors, the teachers, if they would set forth examples received from Vedic literature, then the entire world would be a heaven. This is what Prabhupada's conclusion. Indeed, there would be no longer a hellish condition in this material world. Sometimes people ask whether there is really hell. But if you see this world, what is happening, we can see hell in many places. Within this material world itself, we can see through our naked eye. So much suffering is there in this world. Every day, whatever is happening, we can see. Children, they don't get food. They are malnourished. They are dying. In many parts of Africa, we can see. That is a hell. People don't get food. It is a hellish condition. People are fighting in the war. They are losing their family members. It is a hellish condition. But if people will follow the injunction from Vedic literature, it will be a heaven. But people will not follow. Why they will not follow? Because this world is controlled by three modes. Satoguna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. So people in the Tamoguna, they will make problems. They will make havoc. There will be war. There will be fighting. People in Rajoguna, they will be too much exploiting the other society for their own enjoyment. So this is like what Prabhupada is mentioning, is like the sattvic nature. But it is, because this world is a combination of these three gunas, it is very difficult to achieve this state. Even if you teach good things to people, people will tell it is not good. Like Prabhupada, when he was preaching Krishna consciousness, there was a lot of court case in America. saying that Krishna consciousness, they are doing brainwashing to our children. And there was court case. Finally, there are a lot of court case hearings, and the court declared in America that this is a bona fide movement. So even when we do good things, people will not appreciate sometimes. They would say, no, this is not good. So because these people are contaminated by the gunas, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, one who is in Tamoguna, he will not appreciate Krishna consciousness. One who is deeply in Rajoguna also, he will not appreciate Krishna consciousness. People who are in Sattva-guna only, they can appreciate and understand this Krishna consciousness. And they will get inspired to follow also. And of course, Krishna consciousness is above Sattva-guna also. But Prabhupada mentions minimum if you want to follow, understand and follow, you have to come to Sattva-guna, otherwise not possible. So that is very important to understand. This world is conducted by 3 modes. Not everybody will understand or appreciate the glory of this wonderful movement because of the influence of the modes. But there are people in Sattva-guna. So if you give this knowledge to them, they will appreciate it. They will accept it. They will follow it. So if the kings, leaders and the brahmanas, the teachers, the ideal, the heads of the society, if they will follow, then the entire world would be a heaven. This is Prabhupada's conclusion. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the 9th canto, 10th chapter, the Rāmacandra, Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Pastimes of the Supreme Lord, Rāmacandra. Bhagavan Shri Rāmacandra Bhagavan ki jai. Sita Maya ki jai. Rāmaraja ki jai. Hare Krishna. So exactly 10:30. If you have anything, questions to discuss, whatever we discussed so far, or any doubts, or any additional points, devotees can please feel free to unmute and express it. Hare Krishna.
Okay, one doubt is here.
Yes, Prabhu.
Just the previous sloka says that Lord Ramachandra is in untinged qualities of anger. So even when
Previous verse, 54?
Yeah.
54, okay. 54.
See here says that in the translation. Translation says that Lord Ramachandra is even there is no untinged qualities of anger. So during this ocean is not responding. He is in a meditation and so he is very angry. So how we can that question? Their answer is we can answer that. Yeah. Sometimes he is a mood of anger. Yeah.
Yes, actually, that's a very good question. We can see that anger can be used always in the Lord's service, right, bro? We are, Prabhupada mentioned the purport also, like Hanuman. So when we are using anything in the Lord's service, it is very glorious. Like we have this 6 anarthas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. Greediness means you are more greedy to serve the Lord. More, I will serve the Lord more tomorrow. This is not sufficient, I will serve more. Like that, it is only said out of the 6 anarthas, envy cannot be used, right? Envy cannot be used. All the 5 anarthas can be used in the dovetail in the service of the Lord. So like that, this is actually one of the pastime. It's a leela of the Lord. He's telling that you can become angry in the service because we are going to rescue Mother Sita, right? Yeah. So, and the ocean is not giving the way. So it is an obstruction to the devotion. Like first of all, when you get devotion, you are always expressing the devotion through the mother, right? Hare Krishna. So on the mission of rescuing the mother, and the ocean is not giving the way, of course, Lord Ramachandra exhibited. It's only a leela. One thing we can understand is anything which is obstructing, and we can actually show our anger. Prabhupada exhibited also anger many times, right? In the Juhu, in buying the Juhu property. He was very ferocious, very furious at that time, like he was fighting with Nair. So to teach that if you are like something which is obstructing your devotion, you can be a little harsh. You can, and also teaching that it is Lord's property, right? The ocean is also Lord's property. So he has every right to get the access. But the ocean, which is subservient to the Lord's, one of the Lord's inferior energy, the ocean God. So he should serve the Lord rather than obstructing. So that, we know that Lord Balaram also killed. Who is that? Ramarshan, right?
Ramarshan.
Yeah. So that time also we can ask why the Lord exhibited the anger, because that is the etiquette. When the Lord comes, The Lord also killed that, who is it, washerman? Who is that washerman, right? In Krishna Lila. Also he killed. So anything, when the Lord comes, it is all Lord's property. It should be used in his service. So it is there to teach us that everything should be used in the Lord's service. And if somebody is not used in the Lord's service, something is not used, then they are exhibiting their anger. Here, Lord Ramachandra is exhibiting the anger because he is desperate to rescue Mother Sita, and the ocean is not giving the way access. And ocean is the inferior energy of the Lord, supposed to serve the Lord. Same way, like Indra was to serve the Lord, but Indra, what he did, instead of serving the Lord, he put rain, no? He showered, and Krishna became angry. So, like that, it is, everything should be actually for the service of the Lord because it is his property. Simple example you can see is like you are earning here and sending money. Your contractor is building the house, and after that contractor building the house is telling this house belong to me. You will get angry or not? You will tell, no, I have paid the money. Just you only like that. In that context, if you see, the contractor is supposed to serve you because you are the owner. But the contractor is obstructing after building the house. He's telling, no, I built the house. I will take it for myself. So like that, we have to understand it is meant for the Lord's service. And because he has not he obstructed that, the Lord became angry. Of course, later he realized that what he did mistake, he begged for forgiveness and given access, and the Lord blessed the ocean god, right? So it's our Leela to instruct us that everything should be in the service of the Lord. Is it okay, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anything else to be added? Okay, so there is a good participation. Thank you all for attending this Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. Always Bhagavatam gives us more faith, inspires us, gives us proper guidance by constantly taking shelter. Like Sanatana Goswami says that this Bhagavatam is my eternal friend, guide, well-wisher, because this is my true friend. So Bhagavatam guides us towards Krishna. Very wonderful that if you are taking the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam.
So Guru Maharaj also says that this Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita is only enough to take to the 10,000 years.
Yes, very true. Yes, very true. Yeah. So in that way, we are all fortunate to take under the shelter of read here this Bhagavatam. So thank you all for participating. And there are no further questions. Yeah, we will chant for all the devotees who have participated. Hare Krishna, Krishna